How is the best way to plan an exit strategy? Every business owner needs to plan ahead and have a goal on the next step of their business ownership. Hi, my name is Judy Collins, and this is Just Ask Judy. And today we're talking about the importance of having and executing an exit strategy. What is going to happen to my business when I no longer want or need or can be there to run the day-to-day operations of my company? And I'm talking with Angela Parkinson, business owner and founder of Legacy Exit Partners. Angela helps explain how you can prepare yourself for your business's future. So thank you, Angela, for talking to me really about this important topic that all business owners need to think about. What is that natural step in business ownership? Whether you're looking for an exit strategy today or maybe making a plan for the next 5 or 10 or even 20 years from now. So, Angela, can you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business?
Hi, Judy. Thank you for inviting me. Legacy Exit Partners is about showing owners their options when they're selling a business, not in 3 to 5 years' time, but right now to be ready in 3 to 5 years. Maybe it's 7 to 10 years away.
Well, what are some of the big misunderstandings that business owners have when they're thinking about exiting their business?
Well, most owners believe that calling a broker is their only option, when in actual fact, there are many ways to sell a business. They think that they need a broker without even thinking about an exit strategy and believe that the broker will handle all of that as well. So they themselves need to know their goals for the future, Judy. For example, have they discussed it with a spouse, business partner, maybe their children? Want the business, but in most cases, children don't usually want their parents' business. But believing that it's going to sell and they'll be out in the next few months won't likely happen the way they expect, if at all. Many believe that the business will sell at some point and don't realize that 80% never sell. So they need to know what makes the business sellable. Can they go on holiday for 3 to 4 weeks and forget business calls whilst they're away? Or would the business be a mess when they return? And if that's the case, the buyer's buying a job when a buyer really wants to buy a business. So, meaning that the business isn't transferable. Usually, because the owner never puts any processes and systems in place, it's the one thing that actually lets them down. They also believe that because they also believe that because they don't plan to sell straight away, for another 5 years, they don't even need to think about an exit right now, when in actual fact, it's the best time to start implementing what needs to be done to increase the sale and prepare it for the price that they want.
Well, I can tell you, my children would not want my business. I don't think they have any interest in that. But that business transition is so important, really, for the business owners, for their families, for the new owners, and for the employees that work there. So why do so many business owners delay planning their exit? And really, what kind of risk does that pose for dealing with the future?
Well, by delaying the plan to exit now, they're actually limiting their chances of getting a price that they believe it's worth today or in the future. So last minute decisions to sell usually lead to the owner wanting out in 6 months to a year. And it rarely happens like that. A rush sale equals the worst price. And declining revenues, not because it's a bad business, but because the owner became so tired he just couldn't do it anymore. I'll give you an example of this. I've actually got a client who planned on closing on 2 deals. One was for just over 2 million and the second was for 3. But on the day of closing, both owners died. One of the businesses disintegrated and the employees had to leave because obviously there's no leadership. And then the second ended up in probate because the children were disagreeing about the price. The sister felt that the business was worth more, And one of the brothers said, let's sell now whilst the money's on the table, but they just couldn't agree. So the revenues declined and it ended up selling to a buyer for a third less than what they could have gotten on the day. You don't have to completely let go either if you don't want to. Maybe they'd like to retain a small percentage and be on the board. If you have a business with 8 to 10 employees minimum and like the idea of an employee ownership to leave a legacy, then do that. But talk to whoever else is involved in the business and make a plan now.
Well, Angela, thank you for that information. And I'm sure we will be talking about this process again. There's so much to talk about. And I encourage everyone to not wait until the last minute. If anyone has any questions or they would like to talk with you, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
They can reach me on 385-246-5199, but it's actually better if they email me, Judy, on angela@legacyexitpartners.com, because I'll probably be in another call and I wouldn't be able to answer straight away. And if they just say, just saw you on Just Ask Judy, then at least I'll know where they're coming from. Thank you.
Well, yeah, thank you for that, Angela. And certainly, that if anyone has questions, call you now. Don't wait until you really are at a point where you need to think about selling your business. So anyway, and thank you for watching. This is Just Ask Judy. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let me know what is important to you, because that is really what is important to me. Please send me any questions or comments to Judy, Judy, at JCSR LLC. And thanks again, and we will see you next time on Just Ask Judy.